the story's understandable to people. So it might make sense to meet somewhere like that and you kind of walk through the impact. Is that possible?
Because they just don't like us being here.
Yeah.
There's no reason. They can't tell us not to come in.
They can't tell you not to come in.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
Sorry, I meant, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was like, you need to wait. I was like, for what? And then he was like,
Is 16?
we don't know.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. It could be Thursday even. I wanted to get the ball rolling as soon as we could.
That's a good point.
But
He's a reporter too. Do we have any confirmation that they're not letting our workers come out?
Well, he told all state workers to get in front.
He did?
He did tell us that. He said state workers stay right here.
Really?
I'm gonna make sure because what is his name? Thomas moved over there and he was like in state workers.
you deliver the letter now. So
Yeah.
Make sure.
We're just going to deliver the letter.
No, I know.
But make
down.
sure.
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
Are you sure
Officer of
it's
Customer.
16 floor? Yes.
Yeah, 16.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the office,
positive.
yeah.
I've been here before.
Because if you look on their website, they don't
They don't
say
list it.
exactly where they are.
Yeah.
I had to call and
That-
look around for a minute.
Talk about not being transparent. Yeah. I'll just say that.
They do have a sweet bald eagle poster though, I've seen.
Well, you know, that's
We're on
always
16.
important.
Yeah, it's going to be the left.
Okay. Always to the left.
I'm going to take mine. Okay. Which one is it? Go right ahead. Come on, y'all.
Hi. Mr. Cowell's in?
He is, but he's supposed to be in a meeting shortly.
All right.
Great. Could we chat with him briefly before his meeting?
Here. He's
Oh.
got a meeting someplace else, and then
Okay.
He'll be back.
he'll be back, and he's got another meeting here at 11:30.
Okay. Okay.
Are you visitors with the group?
Yes, we would just wanted to,
I'm Michelle Martin. Nice to meet you.
okay, and I'm Scott Martindale,
Okay.
and I'm from United Campus Workers.
Okay.
We just wanted to deliver that letter to Mr. Cowles
Sure.
to suggest how we basically are opposed to
But
the whole
Correct. Good to know.
outsourcing issue in the state of Tennessee.
Okay. And are you the
I
person
am
that signed
Scott,
this?
yes,
Okay.
and that is my email down there.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
We've,
You're welcome.
we've made a lot of calls to this office and asked for a response, but haven't gotten any. So we thought maybe we should stop by, deliver a letter, and let this office and Mr. Cowles know that there's serious concerns about outsourcing our jobs.
Did you call as individuals or?
Mm-hmm.
We've called this office directly and then his number for his personal, not personal number, but his work number. We've called the.
Because we're working with constituent relations on responses, so if you haven't gotten one, you should be getting one.
Okay.
There's just a lot of volume, I'm sure, that with various things going on.
Well, our concerns are outlined in the letter.
Absolutely. And then you're aware that we have a website, right, with information that's out there and talks a lot about, obviously, employees, right, that are concerned. And so it talks about the protections that the state is, considering and guaranteeing, basically, that would say transition. So just letting you know that that information's out there. So I understand that doesn't necessarily cover all the questions, but we really appreciate you coming out.
So do y'all have a plan to respond to the many phone calls and emails that you've received?
Yeah, there definitely. We work with constituent relations. I mean, our offices receive thousands of calls, so it's definitely a priority to respond. But you will be.
Y'all have received thousands of calls, yeah.
Yeah, we work with the governor's office for constituent relations, and so there's been a lot of different issues that receive those calls. So there's a high volume.
Oh, right.
If you
correspondence.
receive a number of calls on a particular issue, how would you respond publicly to those concerns of the customers of Tennessee?
The constituent will receive a letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've called enough messages, so how would they know where to send the letter? Because we never heard anybody from this office.
Did you leave your contact information?
I mean, we
Yeah,
didn't.
I've left my cell phone number.
What phone number are you calling?
this office
this
directly,
office
and
here,
then his business line.
What's this office directly though? What's the phone number? Because there's like
got
a
it.
person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you had a better number for us. It actually took about 45 minutes to even find the number in the
Yeah.
first place, which is, you know, a bit ironic given that it's the customer-focused government office. But nonetheless, if you have a better number, that would be much appreciated.
Well, we have, like I've mentioned, a web page with all the information out there, all the data behind this, the business justification report, the employee protection information, and then there is a contact information on that website. And then I am the public, the communications manager. So my number is out there. You can call me anytime.
Can you tell us your number now?
Absolutely. I'll give you I mean, it's on the website, but
Well, we're here now, so.
give me my card. I'll give all of
A
you.
card would be beneficial.
Yes.
He's also supposed to be coming back here, so
I think we should stay around.
until it becomes awkward. But
Yeah. I'm sure for them it's already awkward.
There he is. There he is. Go just talk to him. Talk to my nose.
Mr. House.
Mr. Kaus, can we talk with you for just a moment?
About what?
He's actually.
This is Mr. Martindale right
Yeah.
here.
This is just a letter I wanted to deliver to you on behalf of United Campus Workers about
Okay.
the outsourcing scheme.
All right. Well, thank
So-
you for the letter.
All right, you're welcome.
We've made several calls and emails to the office over the course of many weeks and haven't heard response yet. Wondered if you had anything to say to that as the Office of
Have you
Customer Focus.
responded?
Yes, I let them know that we're working with constituent relations and that there have been a large number of a high volume of calls, and so they should be getting letters back, and we'll follow up.
Is there a message that you want to send personally to the many thousands of Tennesseans who are concerned about losing their jobs and have
I
been
think
calling you as a result of that?
I think we've been pretty clear about that, have we not?
Well, folks continue to call in spite of the fact that y'all have said multiple times very confusing things.
Well, we haven't said anything confusing. I mean, we've been very clear about the fact that we're going to protect the jobs of the citizens. We've said that, and that's what we're striving to do. We're just at the beginning of this process right now. So we've got a number of things to work through, but we've been very consistent about that. So I don't know what the confusion is.
We just heard earlier this afternoon how at Texas A&M, the example that y'all have given, the only example, frankly, that y'all have given, while they were supposed to retain all 1,600 employees, they actually only retained less than half. As someone who has mentioned A&M again and again as the example to hold this process to, do you have a comment on that?
I don't think your data is correct.
So you think that that's just a lie?
I said I don't think your data is correct. That's not what we understand as part of the process. But it doesn't really make any difference.
It doesn't make a difference that those 1,000 people didn't get their
It
job?
doesn't make any difference what you've heard from Texas A&M. We've been very clear about what we intend to do, and so I don't know why there's confusion about that.
The state has gone on record saying that we will ensure commensurate compensation. We put out a joint statement with the TBR and the University of Tennessee. That's also available.
Okay.
And this is Rick Locker, he's a reporter. And that's fine. I'm recording. I'm not saying anything that's not public or we haven't tried to say. And I'd be happy to get, if you have a card or something where I can better reach out to you, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, I don't have any. I can give you
Okay.
my contact info if you like.
Absolutely.
It's on the letter, isn't it?
Yeah, my email address is on the
It's
letter.
an email address, but
Yes.
not a phone number.
No, I can put it on there as well.
Okay, that would be great. And I know that there's probably a lot of concern, but what we're trying to do is make sure that the facts are out there. Like you said, there's a lot of confusion, and so of course a decision hasn't been made. That's going to be at the local level. We've explained that too. What we're working towards is a contract that could give entities who choose to do so the opportunities to look at, if there's savings for them. But the guarantee is any contract will require and include language that the employees will be maintained under currently state facilities management, and of course they're subject to drug testing, etc.
Now,
And if you want to go,
Would that be under state? Would we still remain under state, or would we go to work for the contractor?
you would work for the contractor, and that would be managed by the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
So there's at least one benefit that most certainly folks would no longer receive anymore. They wouldn't be eligible for public service loan forgiveness, which is a federal loan option. And I wonder if y'all have any plan to compensate folks who would potentially be excluded from that federal benefit just by virtue of no longer being a public employee, when you say that there won't be any loss of benefits. Do you have any response to that, Mr. Cowles?
We are looking at the entire scope of compensation, which includes not only salary but benefits.
And retirement?
And retirement's a benefit, are they not?
Yes.
So we're looking at all of it at this particular point. But we're not at a point we can tell you what the answer is, because we haven't gotten there at this stage. But I think we've been very clear about what our intent is.
And
So I
y'all
don't
have
know why-
included very clear numbers about what the savings are, in spite of serious questions from many people in Tennessee, including legislators. So to your point about facts, are y'all going to cease the process until the third-party audit of the $36 million that everyone seems to think is impossible to achieve, given the stipulations you say you will include in the contract,
Well,
will be
everyone
achievable?
doesn't think it's impossible to achieve, number one. And number two, we're not going to stop the process.
You won't stop for an audit.
We're going to get the audit done. We can always stop once the audit is completed and we get the results if it's not basically satisfactory or conducive to moving forward. I mean, we can do that. We don't have there's no definitive point until we basically are signing a contract.
What was the reasoning behind doing an audit and the RFQ and process at the same time? What's the thinking behind it? Because it's essentially, if the audit decides that it's a waste of money, wouldn't have all the resources poured into trying
Well,
to
obviously, we don't think that's going to be the result, but if that outcome exists, then we can deal with it at that point. But
So you're acting as if the audit will yield a certain result,
Right.
expecting it to yield a certain result. Is that
The way
right?
to explain it, obviously, as a government entity, is that to gather information to make a decision, you have to follow state procurement rules. And so in order to do that, it is a very lengthy process. And so going through just to get a third party to validate is a procurement activity. Then trying to understand what kind of service provider qualifications are out there is a procurement. And so doing things concurrent does not in any way guarantee that the results of the validation would in any way not stop the process. Obviously, it doesn't make sense from a business standpoint for the state to move forward with this. The state wouldn't do that. So it's just a concurrent process, and that's just part of our procurement.
well, I
ask anything
appreciate
about public
receiving your
comment?
letter.
Can
I
I ask
will
about
take a
public
look
comment?
at this and provide you with a response. I
Yes.
appreciate your time today.
One last thing, we did ask for in the letter for public comment from the office. Would there be a period or a time period for public comment for people to, in the state of Tennessee, to make comments to this office?
We'll take that under advisement, but I think that's a reasonable request.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate you coming out here. And then I gave you my business card.
Right.
Did
I
everybody
have
get
it,
one?
yeah.
Okay. And then do you want to give me